Those who have been there recently would tell you the magic we are doing in retrofitting the hostels, all of them. It is my clear understanding that the environment shapes the man. If you grow up in a dungeon, you behave like a tout. If you grow up in a decent environment, chances may be that you behave like a tout, but in 95% of the cases, you behave decently. So if you bring up people in such environments, there are little chances that they will do well. We are building about 10,000 capacity hostels, brand new, for our boys and girls. And we are going beyond. In fact, one of the days, my wife woke me up very late at night. And he said, okay, I've seen some of these things. How are we going to ensure continuity? Who is going to maintain them? These things were built by Ike Nwachukwu in those days. And they ran them down. And I said, that's why it's good to marry a wife that has sense. I told her, you have sense. And we have started the process of setting up an independent agency, independent of government, that will ensure the maintenance. Otherwise, those things that we are building now, in a few years, they will run them down. Let me not bore you with what is happening here. I just want to thank you so much for being part of this event this night, this afternoon, through evening, and congratulate Mazi Sam Uhuabunwa and the wife. Thank them for their services to the nation and to the state, and pray that God will continue to bless and keep him. God will keep all of you that came, and by the time you are done with Abia State, God will take you back to your destination safely. Thank you so much. God bless.
I think we can do better with a clap offering. Please, a round of applause for His Excellency, our dear Governor of Abia. Thank you, sir. Continue clapping until he gets to his seat. That is for the governor that has given Abia State the visibility it sure deserves. The governor who is indeed a champion of true governance and is undaunted in his task of seeing that Abia continues to take its pride of place in the polity of nations. Thank you, our dear father and leader. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, after now, we'll continue with the lunch and presentation. On that note, the Abia anthem, and of course, hold on please. Please, for the closing prayer, pardon me, the closing prayer, the Bishop of Arochukwu Ohafia Diocese, please to close us in prayer. And of course, after that would be the Abia anthem and the national anthem. And then the luncheon continues. Don't be in a hurry to leave here. We are here till Mama calls. Thank you.
The Lord be with you. Great is thy faithfulness, O Lord my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. O great is thy faithfulness. Great is is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hands had provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Our gracious God and our Father in heaven, eternal rock of ages, the omnipotent, the omnipresent, the omniscient God, the Lord God.
Coming to you live from a studio here in Lagos, Nigeria. This is Biscon TV News. I'm Ime Emmanuel. Now let's look at the top stories making the news this hour. The National Senate wait in ASU strike to meet Education Minister next Tuesday. Hunger yet to defect from Nigeria, says Makinde. And in business, FAC shares 2.103 trillion naira to federal government, state, local government areas for September 2025. On the foreign scene, China expels 2 top-ranked generals from military in graft probe. And in sports, Super Eagles move up 4 places in latest FIFA ranking. Now the news in detail. The Senate has moved to nip in the bud the lingering problem between the federal government and the academic staff Union of Universities ASU as part of moves to stop the ongoing 2-week warning strike. The Senate Committee on Labour, Tertiary Institutions and Tech Fund will be meeting with the Minister of Education, Mr. Tunji Alausa, the Executive Secretary of the National University Commission, NUC Professor Abdullahi Yusuf Ribadu, on Tuesday next week. According to a statement by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tech Fund, Senator Montari Dandutse, APC Kaduna South, to newsmen on Friday. According to him, sustainable investment in education remains the only path to ending strikes and raising the global ranking of Nigerian universities, adding that the ongoing 2-week warning strike stems from long-standing issues that date as far back as 2011. Meanwhile, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde said the most important defection in Nigeria is yet to take place in his bi-monthly newsletter released on Thursday. Makinde said while the recent wave of defections by some People's Democratic Party governors to the All Progressive Congress had generated public debate, Nigerians should be more concerned about when economic hardship defect from their lives. He lamented that families are being forced to make impossible choices daily, while political realignment dominated the news. He warned that widening inequality was fueling frustration and despair across the country, stressing that hunger was deepening hopelessness amongst citizens. Makinde added that only Nigerians, not political maneuvers, would decide the outcome of the 2027 general election, urging the PDP to rebuild public trust by presenting credible solutions to economic hardship. And still on the news, the Federal High Court in Abuja has refused the Nigerian Police Force's bid to stop the Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protests, allowing it to proceed as scheduled on Monday, October 20, 2025. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Gbetopo, had dispatched police lawyers to the court to move an ex parte motion against activist and protester organizer Omoyele Sowore in a bid to legally preempt the planned demonstration slated for the Aso Rock Villa. However, Justice Umar of the Federal High Court Abuja declined to grant the motion, which would have immediately restrained the protest from taking place without hearing the opposing side, and instead instructed the police to formally serve notice of their application on Sowore and adjourn the case until Tuesday for a proper contested hearing. The DG of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control NAFDAC Professor Mojisola Adeyeye has said that strong and transparent regulation of psychotropic medicines is vital for building public trust and ensuring safe access to mental health care in Nigeria. Speaking at Vanguard's third Mental Health Summit held on Friday at the Civic Center of Victoria Highland, Lagos, Professor Adeyeye emphasized that mental health care must go hand in hand with strict oversight of control of substances to prevent abuse and guarantee the availability of safe, effective medicines. Highlighting NAFDAC's proactive initiative, Professor Adeyeye said the agency is engaging young people through its Catch Them Young program, an effort aimed at promoting early education and awareness about drug abuse and mental health. We've got a quick breakdown to bring you business news to you. And in business, a total of 2.103 trillion naira has been shared to the federal, state, and local government from the Federation Accounts revenue generated in September 2025, which took place at the October 2025 meeting of the Federation Account Allocation Committee (FAC) in Abuja. According to a communique, at the end of the meeting, the 2.103 trillion naira total distributable revenue comprised 1.239 trillion naira from statutory revenue, 812.593 billion naira from value added